everybody, welcome back. My name is Cassie. I am the Evil Secret Ninja, and I review books and talk about bookish things on my channel. So today I'm doing my weekly reading wrap-up vlog for October 18th. So this is all the books I read last week, what I'm currently reading now, and what I plan to pick up next. So this week I finished 6 books, which is pretty good for me. It's about average, I guess. So the first one that I finished, I finally finished Rhythm of War by Sanderson. I really liked this book. I know it's kind of like the middle book and you don't expect a huge conclusion, expect some more twists and turns, and it certainly held up. I really liked like the science part of it, where they're trying to figure out how the science in this world works. You know, kind of like in our world where you want to know stuff, you figure out, use science and scholarship and stuff like that to learn things. And I liked how like that mixed in, so now like I feel like I understand the world a lot better, but it was done in a fairly interesting way instead of just like a bunch of info dumping. I also kind of thought about how there's one character in there that feels like he's a little overpowered, and then I kind of realized that it's not so much that he's overpowered, it's just like this is what everybody has to reach this point in order for them to be able to be successful in their current struggle. So really like that one. Finished that. The next one that I finished was Of Shadow and Sea by Wight, and this is the first book in the Elder Empire Shadow saga. So these two trilogies are kind of written side by side. They have different characters, but they're going on at the same time. And this one follows an assassin. And, you know, I liked the other trilogy. It was pretty good. But I really like the character in this one. I think the assassin's really fun. She really has, like, no qualms about killing. It's not really, like, she just says she doesn't care about anything, but she clearly cares about some things. And she just really just wants people to leave her alone so she can sleep. The next book that I finished was The Way I See It by Temple Grandon. Temple Grandon is a woman with autism who tries to help parents and people who work with autistic people how to work with them better. And she's amazing. I read her books and or her articles or anything, see anything about her, and I learned something about autism, and I do work with autism on occasion. So I finished that. It was great. The next book that I finished was The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. This is I would say that this falls kind of between like middle grade and young adult. This is about a boy named Nobody who his family has been killed by someone. All we know is his name is Jack, and Nobody is just a baby, but manages to escape and goes to this graveyard, and now he lives in the graveyard and is raised by ghosts, and the man Jack is still trying to find him. So it was great for like the spooky season and everything. It certainly had a spooky air to it. I really liked that one. That was fun. The next one I finished was The Ghost Orchid by Goodman, and this was a dual timeline murder mystery. And so we have this woman who's made this kind of hotel or this estate or something, and she wants it dedicated to artists. And then we follow the future where this place is a place that's dedicated to artists, and these artists have uncovered that way back when this family was still alive that owned this place, like there was a murder that took place, and now the ghosts are haunting the people in the future because they want their story told. For a mystery, it was pretty good. The way that they did the switches between the times was sometimes a little bit difficult figuring out like who exactly was involved in each time period. And I guess that was mainly because I think some of the character development was a little bit lacking. I mean, this was pretty decent. I figured out the mystery probably way too early. So it kind of was like, well, come on, I know where you're going. Just get there and get it done with. But it was fine. It was alright. Also kind of a nice, spooky, fun little read. The last book that I just finished it, was Best Served Cold by Joe Abercrombie. And this is the first standalone in the First Law world. And this is about a woman who, her brother is killed and she's thrown down a mountain. She survives and decides that she is going to get revenge on all the people who killed her brother and tried to kill her. And it is just about her going after these 7 people to get revenge. And she does not care about how many people die or get hurt along the way. She just wants her revenge. And a lot of people die and get hurt along the way because that's what Joe Abercrombie does. So this was, honestly, I felt like I was reading Kill Bill. It was very, very bloody and very graphic and very, very well written. So, enjoyed that a lot. So those are all the books that I finished, and here's what I am currently reading. So currently I'm reading Academ's Fury by Jim Butcher. This is the second book in the Codex Alera series. This continues to follow Tavi, and now he has gone to the Academy in order to learn an art. Since he does not have a Fury, he's there to learn a skill that he can use throughout his life, even though he doesn't have a Fury. I'm also reading Of Darkness and Dawn by Will Wight. This is the second book in the Elder Empire Shadow Saga, and again following the assassin, and I like her a lot. I like the story. It's pretty good. The next book that I'm listening to with my children, and that is We're Still Working Through The Seeds of Rebellion by Brandon Mull, and this is the second book in the Beyonder series. Portal fantasy, people from our world go to a magical world, and they are trying to defeat the evil wizard who rules over that world. And the last book that I'm reading, I just picked it up, is The Water Dancer by Ta-Nehisis. And this is a kind of a magical realism. A boy falls in the river. He's supposed to die, but he survives. And so far it's going pretty good. Okay, so those are all the books that I'm currently reading. And here's what I plan to pick up next. So next I'll pick up Deep Blue by Jennifer Donnelly. This is the first book in the Waterfire saga. This is a young adult fantasy, has mermaids. So I'll be reading that. The next one I plan to pick up is Trail of Lightning by Rebecca Roanheart, and this is the first book in the Sixth World. Not really sure what it's about. I think it's some kind of urban fantasy with elemental magic. And the last book I plan to pick up is Ace of Shades by Amanda Foody. I believe this is a young adult mystery. Not sure. One of the reading challenges I'm doing wants a book with like either a spade, clover, heart, or diamond on the cover, and so this one has a spade on the cover, so I'm going to pick it up and read it. But I also think there's like a fantasy element to it. So that's all the books I read last week, what I'm currently reading, and what I plan to pick up next. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and thank you all for watching. Bye!